Good morning, Ms. Cummings. Ma'am, you are charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am.
Also observed a hand-to-hand transaction at Tiny's gas station in Harris County, Texas. The male immediately began walking away as he saw the marked patrol vehicle enter the parking lot. The male was detained without incident and was learned to be a juvenile. The female was also detained and she turned around to face officers who observed a bag containing green leaky substance inside of her purse, which was worn on her body. Defendant admitted she was selling the marijuana and sold it to the juvenile, which was detained. The defendant explained she also used the marijuana that was found in her person for personal use. The marijuana recovered was about 0.52 ounces, Judge.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do not go back to this location. Do not pick up any new cases. I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? It's not an answer. Yes or no?
Yeah, I understand.
Does she smell like weed now?
No, the thing is, the man downstairs had my purse I don't smell like weed. I have not been.
All right, guys. This courtroom was already tense before the defendant even opened her mouth. The judge began by reading the official marijuana possession charge, warning Miss Cummings that she could face up to 6 months in jail and thousands of dollars in fines. But then, the situation escalated fast. Officers claimed they witnessed a hand-to-hand drug transaction outside a Texas gas station involving a juvenile. According to police, the moment patrol units entered the parking lot, the young male suspect attempted to walk away while Miss Cummings allegedly stood frozen with marijuana visible inside her purse. And here's where things turned explosive. Prosecutors stated that she openly admitted to selling marijuana to the juvenile. The courtroom atmosphere instantly shifted from routine procedure to serious criminal allegations, and the judge wasted absolutely no time making his authority crystal clear.
Smoking. My purse smells like that. It's sustained. If I get it washed, it will be out. He just smelled it down there, so of course it's gonna smell like it because what happened downstairs. So I'm not smoking. I'm not high right now. I'm just tired and sleepy. So
don't smoke any weed while you're on bond in this court. I'm gonna test you. If I find that you're smoking, you will go to jail.
Okay.
You understand? Can you mind filing an order not to go back to this gas station?
Yes, Judge.
The other person didn't get arrested, did they? The juvenile?
Exactly.
Stop, please.
Since he isn't charged here, I don't have many records, but I believe he was charged. I just don't have it here. We don't have an adult here, but it would be over in juvie.
Can I say something?
Don't, please. I have a district attorney here. If you say something, he's going to sit there, type everything down, and use it against you. It's best not to. You'll get the opportunity to fight your case. Just now's not that time. The only other thing I'm going to advise you is don't have any contact with this juvenile.
I don't even know him.
Now, Ms. Cummings, what do you do for a living?
What I do for a living?
How do you get money? How do you eat? How do you survive?
My people take care of me, and right now I'm in the process of looking for a job. I have a lot going on. I just lost my son. He was 2 months, had pneumonia. So I had a lot going on. And if you don't believe me, I have a month. What's the thing called? Over the paper for the funeral. I have all of that.
But here's the shocking part, guys. Miss Cummings immediately pushed back against the accusations. While the judge warned her not to smoke marijuana while out on bond, she insisted she wasn't high at all and blamed the smell on her purse being handled downstairs by officers. The judge, however, remained firm and warned that any future drug use would send her directly to jail. Then things became emotionally heavy. As the court questioned her employment situation, Miss Cummings revealed devastating personal tragedy. She explained that she had recently lost her 2-month-old son to pneumonia and claimed her entire life had spiraled out of control since then. Suddenly, what looked like a simple criminal hearing transformed into a painful glimpse into someone battling grief, instability, and pressure from every direction. Yet despite the emotional moment, the judge still cautioned her to stay silent and stop speaking against her own case.
I have proof. I have a lot going on in life. So before judging, you should see a person's background as well. So yeah. I'm in the process of trying to get myself together. That's what I'm doing.
Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
I will.
Don't pick up any new
If you
cases.
look at my thing, this is my first charge in Harris County. And I've been living here all my life. Like, you coming at me like this, my first charge. Like, what they did that day was really wrong.
Don't say anything.
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I'm just asking you, don't pick up any new cases. That's it. I'm going to have you go to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. I need you to fill out an application for an appointed lawyer, ma'am. So we will give you an application, and then I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, ma'am.
Okay.
Please. Stephen, can you give this back to her? She didn't put anything down.
I understand.
Man, I'm not going to entertain this. If you don't put anything down, you didn't put anything on one side, you didn't put anything on the other side. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that you just put zeros on everything.
Listen carefully, because this is where the courtroom energy became extremely aggressive. The judge attempted to help Miss Cummings apply for a court-appointed lawyer, but tensions exploded when she turned in paperwork filled with blank spaces. The judge instantly became frustrated, accusing her of being disrespectful from the second she entered the courtroom. And honestly, the atmosphere became brutal. He reminded her this wasn't Burger King, where she could do whatever she wanted, and warned that the court would not tolerate attitude or interruptions. Miss Cummings tried explaining that she had no stable home, no car, and was simply living room to room, but every explanation only seemed to deepen the frustration in court. At this point, everyone watching could feel the hearing spiraling sideways. Court staff even stepped in, warning her that continuing to argue with the judge could land her in contempt and behind bars immediately.
Come up, Miss Cummings. You have been disrespectful since you walked in
I'm not
here.
trying to be, you're being rude
Do
to me.
not talk over me. You've been disrespectful since you got here. I'm not going to put up with it. This is not Burger King where you get your way. If you don't do things the right way, then we'll just reset you and you can take it home and do it. But I don't want attitude here. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. You can give her the application again. We'll see what she does. If you just give me it with blanks on everything, I'm not gonna grant it.
What are you expecting me to put if I had told you that I don't
What your
have
offenses are, you didn't put anything where you
I
live.
don't have a car. I stay in a room. What is that giving you a place to live? I stay in a room. That's why I didn't put nothing.
You have a place that you live. There's an address. You have a phone number. You didn't put a phone number. You didn't put any expenses down.
The judge is talking to you. Don't be disrespectful to the judge. I'm just telling you, for your own sake, he can throw you in jail for being disrespectful. Don't do that.
Ms. Cummings, I don't want to have to hold you in contempt, but this is going sideways really fast. And I'm not going to let you put up and try to take control here. I have enough drama in my life. I don't need any more. If you don't want to fill it out, we'll let you go with it and you can come back with it another day. And that's it.
All right, guys. Just when things couldn't get more chaotic, the hearing suddenly shifted to another defendant with a completely different attitude. This man confidently claimed officers violated his constitutional rights during a traffic stop and insisted police had no probable cause whatsoever to pull him over. Unlike Miss Cummings, he remained calm and calculated while explaining his side of the story. But then came another twist nobody expected. The judge discovered the man was already receiving Social Security benefits due to chronic schizophrenia. Surprisingly, instead of attacking him, the judge became noticeably calmer and even encouraged him to continue taking his medication. Still, the defendant kept pressing his argument, claiming body camera footage would completely expose the police narrative. The courtroom transformed from emotional conflict into a battle over civil rights, police procedure, and whether officers truly crossed the legal line during the arrest.
Can I do that?
Sure, let it go.
But she has conditions, doesn't she? Still
Oh,
sign?
yeah, I need to
So-
sign. Let me see if I think I have them right here. We'll see. And then, but the problem is it takes time to get evidence, right? So you're just gonna have to be a little bit patient,
That's fine.
get everything, and then you'll be allowed to see it as well, and then we'll go forward.
Yes, sir.
So you mind running his license, see if he has a license? Great. Now, next, what are you gonna do about a lawyer?
I have an attorney, but I don't need one for this situation. Being that all we would have to do is look at the body cam, my rights were completely violated. There was no probable cause for pulling me over. And that's about it, sir. That's my only case.
What I can do is I can reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer, if you'd like.
Defender work fine.
Do you work?
No, sir, I'm on Social Security.
Are you on disability or?
That's correct.
What's the nature of your disability?
Paranoid, no, excuse me, chronic schizophrenia.
Okay, you're taking medication.
That's correct.
Wonderful, good. Just keep taking it. Good things will happen for you. Let me see if I have an application.
Hasn't yet with this situation.
No, there's always two sides to the story.
Oh, you know what? That's why I always go body cam, so we all have the same story. If I was to say like, sorry, you didn't read me my rights, that's just petty. I'm like, sorry, you violated my complete rights as a human.
So I have an application on file, so we're good. I'll have Victoria reach out to the MAC. We'll have a lawyer for you here momentarily. For now, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll just have you take a seat in the jury box. We're gonna have trouble.
This is where things got seriously intense, because prosecutors suddenly revealed the defendant was already out on bond for an open felony case. The judge immediately focused on that issue, warning him that picking up another charge while on bond could destroy everything. But instead of backing down, the defendant doubled down hard. He argued that his previous case had already been delayed multiple times because prosecutors supposedly had no evidence against him. Then he made a massive accusation, suggesting the police may have targeted him intentionally in order to get him arrested again. Guys, you could literally feel the tension building inside the courtroom as he implied there was some type of setup happening behind the scenes. The judge repeatedly tried calming him down, reminding him that investigations take time, evidence takes time, and court procedures don't have.
Find a lawyer for you. You guys can powwow and then we'll figure out where we go from there.
Sure.
Okay? Please.
Right this way. Go in and sign for your.
You know, he has an open felony case as well, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Sir, I'd like to state I have no misdemeanors, no felonies at all, just to let you know this is completely out of hand.
Well,
Out of my demeanor.
my only concern is that, come up one more time. Just, Mr. Briscoe, my only other concern is that you're on bond for a felony case, right?
That was a situation with my son's school, yes, sir.
You don't have to explain. I'm just saying, the only thing I'm trying to impart to you is that when you're on bond for a felony case, you pick up a new case, it's very possible that they revoke that bond and issue a felony warrant for you.
I was going to state that that court date has been pushed back 3 times, sir, for I don't know what reason. They told my attorney, which I do have an attorney for that case, that they have no evidence against me, and the charge is fleeing, sir. Now, they have no evidence, yet the case was pushed back twice. For what reason, I have no idea, sir. Now we're in this situation where my court date was pushed back 2 to 3 times, which the 3rd time is coming up this month, and they setting them back 30 days in between each other within the new dates. So I don't know what we have, what type of game or scam was going on to kind of get me on bond and get me arrested again, or I don't know, sir, but my attorney already stated that they have no evidence against me in that case. And right now, they're at their limit of pushback dates.
But here's where the hearing became almost unbelievable. The defendant continued insisting that officers violated his rights and claimed the police report itself actually supported his version of events. He argued that the marijuana found inside his car had already been disclosed voluntarily and that officers ripped apart his vehicle anyway. Every time he spoke, the judge interrupted with the exact same warning: exercise your right to remain silent. Yet the defendant kept talking, determined to defend himself publicly in front of everyone watching. Meanwhile, the judge tried steering the conversation back toward legal reality, emphasizing how dangerous it was to continue speaking while already facing multiple criminal cases. The more the defendant talked, the more the courtroom felt like a collision between personal frustration and the cold structure of the justice system itself.
So you see how it's pushed back, and all of a sudden my rights are harassed and I'm pulled over. It's kind of a coincidence.
You know, the only thing only other thing I'm going to tell you is that it takes time to get evidence. It's not immediate. It takes darn near 90 days just to get a 911
Oh, just
paper
if the
log.
lawyer has, if the cop has to show up, we will all sit here and that'll be fine for me.
Listen, it takes time to get evidence. That's why they've been pushing your case away upstairs in the
Oh,
felony
the first
court.
case, yes, sir. Yeah, that case, they already told my lawyer they have no evidence. They have nothing at all. And the charge that I'm being charged with is fleeing. But I pulled over and like he said, I take my keys, drop them out the window.
Listen for a second. It takes time to get evidence. The only other problem is that you've picked up a new case now. It's possible that they revoke your bond upstairs. I'm going to give you a lawyer now. As soon as you leave here today, I would probably get in contact with Mr. Johnson, your lawyer upstairs, let him know what's happened here. That way you guys can be prepared.
Yes, sir. And I just want to know the charges hasn't been, I guess, stuck on me for lack of better term. So I will be taking it to trial and everything will be just fine, sir. Because I have to make the cop have to stand on his rights of violating my rights. And we will just go from there, sir. Now, if you would have read the statement correctly, I would have said that's exactly what happened. God ripped my car apart. I told him the marijuana was under the seat, ripped my car apart, sir, like it was trash.
You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. The only other thing I want to tell you is do not pick up any new cases while you're on bond in this court. Otherwise, I will revoke this bond.
No, sir. Hopefully I won't get harassed anymore.
All right, please.
All right, guys. By the final moments of the hearing, the judge delivered one final warning that completely summarized the entire situation. He told the defendant that the biggest danger wasn't even the current marijuana case. It was the possibility that the new arrest could trigger a bond revocation in his existing felony matter. The judge advised him to contact his attorney immediately because things could escalate very quickly from here. But even then, the defendant refused to fully surrender his position. He continued insisting that the officers had violated his rights and promised he would take the case all the way to trial if necessary. The hearing ended with one last caution from the bench. Do not pick up any new charges while on bond, or jail would become unavoidable. And just like that, the courtroom session closed with tension, uncertainty, and lives hanging in the balance.